All right. What is up, everybody? And thank you for stopping into the Jazz Huddle. We got a good one tonight. It's going to be the Rockets and the Utah Jazz going head-to-head in Utah tonight. So we'll see what happens in this one. The Jazz favored by 15.5. So obviously a pretty big favorability for the Jazz. So hopefully they can cash out tonight and get a nice win. Kind of working on something with my display, trying to change it to a little bit more yellow light. Okay, let's see. I'm just kind of looking at what I can do here. But anyway, thank you guys for stopping in. We got 7 in the chat. It's going to be a fun game tonight. And, you know, I think that this one is going to be pretty enjoyable. It's going to be a good one. I think it is just you, Kenny. It might be your Wi-Fi or something. I'll be right back. I got to switch my light off. Okay, Google, turn on the crib. All right. Turning on the lights. All right, so we are back. Again, this should be a game that really does, play is a little bit more than it should have been. I mean, the Rockets have really outperformed their expectations this year. 15 wins so far, obviously not that high, but they got the young Filipino in, my man, it would be, gosh, why am I forgetting his name? It is, where is he at? Green. What's his first name? Hold on. Let's do some research here as we take a look at kind of what the Houston Rockets are made of. If we take a look at their roster, Jaylen Green, that's what it was. I knew that. But anyway, he is a rookie, a shooting guard. He's 6'4", 186. And again, first year in the league, he's done a fantastic job. You also kind of keep going down here. Another rookie right here in Bruno Fernando. And also, we take a look at Eric Gordon, the older guy, one of the only vets on this team. Everybody else pretty young. He's 33. He's been with the Rockets for a very long time out of Indiana. You know that he's a very reliable guy at the shooting guard position, a bigger guy at his position. I feel like he plays more like he's 6'6" or 6'7" than, you know, what he is listed at as 6'3". Then they also have another vet here in Garrison Matthews. It feels like he's a vet. Maybe he's not, but it really does feel like Garrison is a vet. And also John Wall is on roster but not playing. And you look at that salary. This here is something that the Rockets would like to get rid of in the near future. $44 million a year. Jazz Huddle, we support you guys here in the Philippines. We appreciate you, Kanzi TV. Hey, we support you guys. We love our Filipinos. And Jaylen Green, JC will be going at it tonight. I'm super excited to see it. Two of my favorite players in the league, and hopefully more to come with Kai Soto from the Philippines as well, who is currently playing in Australia, I do believe. But hopefully Kai Soto can make it down here, and we can have 3 Filipinos in the league at one time. I do love all of the Filipino players. They're amazing. I'm not really sure where Addison is, but it's fine. All good. I got the cut. I can cover. No problem. Yeah, Filipino pride and high intense game, Jazz Rockets. Yeah, and absolutely. Hey man, if you're in the Philippines, tell them to get on here because we might have a very good one tonight with Jaylen Green and JC. Again, 2 of the best young players in the league. I do love these guys. And you also take a look at one more guy who is now on the roster of the Rockets, Dennis Schroeder. He may be getting some playing tonight, and Rudy is back. So Rudy Gobert makes his re-debut, I guess, coming back in to where we have been, or coming back in to what we need to do, and it's going to be nice to see what's going on with that because, you know, it's been a while before he is. It's been a while since he has really been here. You know, it's been forever. So we'll just kind of have to see what happens in this game. I think it's going to be a fun one, and I think that the Rockets are going to put up a really good fight. But again, with Rudy being back, who I believe right now is the best player on the Jazz, he's gonna have some tough competition tonight. I think coming back, it's not easy to guard all these fast young players that the Rockets do have. Rockets a very fun team down in the West, and I think that eventually they will become one of the better teams in the league, and I'm very excited to see that. There is not a heart on my hoodie, but good try, Kenny. I do appreciate every single Filipino joining in the chat. Does mean a lot. Again, I'm excited for this game. It's going to be a fun one. It's always fun to watch the Jazz play the Rockets, and it seems like every time the Jazz play the Rockets, they just outperform what they normally do. But again, welcome in to Kenny Frederick, Luke Games, my man. Appreciate you being in here. Konzi TV. Yes, sir. All the Filipinos in the chat. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Darren, good morning to you. Bradley, good morning to you. Oh, you'll be at the game. Very nice, Bradley. Very nice. Let's go, Jazz. Keep them W's coming. That's right, Mike. Hey, appreciate you being in here, my man. Hopefully you are enjoying this Valentine's Day. Let's go, Jazz. Hi from Orem, Utah, hometown of Ryan Smith. That's right, Christian Hansen. Appreciate you being in here, my man. Yes, Ryan Smith, world's youngest billionaire. Love that guy. He's a good dude, good guy. Glad that he is leading our franchise. I mean, it sucks to see the Smith family lose it, but, you know, it is what it is. I'll be in Utah. I'm actually heading over there Thursday. Gonna see my family down there, and I'm pretty excited for that. But it'll be fun to see that. But yeah, once again, Orem, Utah, great place for sure. 10 in the chat. We are just we're getting pretty close here to tip off. So make sure before we get going to like up the stream. It really would mean a lot, and it helps us out a ton. And I want to see kind of what we're working with here tonight. But, I mean, once again, I do think that this is going to be a fun game. It always does prove to be, and just one of those that you never know how it's going to end up. And I'm very happy to watch a game like this because it is just so fun to watch. But, hey, once again, you guys, make sure, if you have not already, to hit that like button up. We're going to have some competition tonight, so let's try to beat them out. Christian, you are from WJ. Yes, sir. Parents are at the game. They are sitting behind the players. Nice, Kenny. Nice. That must be fun. But I'm very excited for this game. I want to get... why is this so difficult to do? All right. Okay. 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 So, hey, once again, guys, I'm very happy that you guys have joined me tonight. It's going to be a fun game. We got 9 people in the chat. Let's try to boost that up before we get into this game. It'll be starting here probably in the next 15 minutes or so. Again, it should be a fun game to watch tonight. Again, a very young team in the Rockets, who is one of those who you just never know how they're going to come out one night. Some nights they'll come out and get a big win against really good teams, and some nights they just don't really show up as much as they could. But it's one of those ones it's really fun to watch. So, you know, just enjoy it tonight. Should be a fun one, and I will give you the best commentary that I can give you. So, you know, hang around with us, and we will we'll get this going. All right, so once again, this game upcoming, we're going to have the return of Rudy Gobert after 10 games being gone, I do believe. And, you know, it's been kind of rough without him. That presence inside missing, but go Jaylen. Yes, I hope Jaylen will drop 20 plus too. I mean, I do love to see the guys out of the Philippines succeed, and it is really good to see that. So hopefully Jaylen Green can get the job done tonight. I mean, it is always fun to watch that. So to the Philippines, yes. Gotta root for them. Utah buses and rail is free of charge until the 28th of this month. Very cool, very cool. I will definitely go check that out. In fact, I've never ridden on it. I've been to Utah several times, but I just haven't ever gone down there. So I'll have to try that. What's my prediction for tonight? I think that it's going to be a close game. I think that this one goes down to 2 points, and I want to say the Jazz come out on top, but I'm 50-50. So I'm going to say 115 to 117 Jazz, but I think it could go the other way. Yes, they are all Filipino. You are right about that, Antonio. Yes, sir. But I love it. It's always fun to have two of them in here. But tell your friends, man, if you're in the Philippines, this is a game to watch. Tonight is the game to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Because we're going to have two Filipinos going at it, two of the best in the league as well. These guys both very high and very good at their craft. Adam, my homework is not done. But that's okay. In fact, I already did the Heimler video for e-learning. I did not mean to, but I did. So that's just kind of unfortunate right there. But yeah, thank you for the reminder, Adam. I do appreciate it. Yeah, but it's always fun to watch two Filipinos go at it in the same game. I mean, it's especially since they're the only two in the league right now. I'm expecting that there's going to be a lot more Filipinos coming in. Hopefully, Kai Soto can break that mold. You know, he can get in here and just kind of make an explosion, because there's totally talent down in the Philippines. I don't think there's a doubt about that. So if we can just kind of start harvesting it, there could be totally a ton of Filipino players in here. I already did that. Oh, dude, you didn't do the reading guide yet? See, I got that done. See, Adam here is a slacker in my AP class, just not getting his stuff done on time. See, I get it all done on time, just at my own pace. All right, so once again, we are about, I would say, 6 or 7 minutes from getting those starting lineups, so I will give those to you very soon. All right. All right. Okay, you guys. Hey, I do appreciate every single one of you guys being in here. We got 15 in the chat, so make sure before we get going to like up the stream. Yeah, that's facts, Kenny. He has no right to be my dad. That's right. Hey, 12 in the chat. Appreciate you guys being in here. We will be getting going here in just a minute. We're just kind of working with this time here. And by the way, the trade that the Rockets made over we do not do a sweetheart stance at Millard where we go at our high school, but Rockets made a trade on February 10th, and they waived guard Armani Brook. They acquired Dennis Schroeder, Enos Freedom, and Bruno Fernando. How did that happen? I'm not really sure what trade they made, but somehow they got Dennis Schroeder. I don't really think that the Celtics wanted him very much, so I guess he's in a better spot now. I guess it kind of was an upgrade for him in a way. So that's good for him. So 15 in the chat. Appreciate every single one of you guys being in here. It really does mean a lot. And we are moments away from getting these starting lineups. Should be coming here in the next right around 5 minutes. So stick around, because we do have those coming up. And I will get you some in-depth breakdowns of what I really think is going to happen in this game. I do think that it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be a lot closer than that 15-point spread listed. If the Jazz can get a nice win tonight, then that would always be good. But I do love to see the Filipinos come out and play a good game, so hopefully Jaylen Green and JC can put on a show tonight. Yeah, shout out to all of the Filipinos in the chat. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Hey, and by the way, will you get that link for me, Kenny, so I can pin it? But yeah, so it's very okay. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you for that. But anyway, yeah, shout out to all the Filipinos in here. It should be a good night for you guys, a very fun night to watch. maybe someday we'll be able to have all of the guys, including Kai Soto, be in there. And by the way, we're trying to get this Discord server active. So if you have not already, go hit up the link that I just pinned. That is the link to our Discord server. Wherever you are from, let's try to build up a big Jazz family, not only on YouTube, but on Discord, because it's always fun to have that community where you can talk to people, and it's a really good thing to have. So if you're into Jazz basketball, if you're into the Jazz Huddle, go check out the Discord server. Yeah, so it should be good. I got my Zion Williamson picture in there. It's him just changed to look like a Fox Sports anchor, but we love Discord. So if you haven't already, go hit up that link and go join up the Discord, because it is really fun to have a bunch of people in there. So go check it out, you guys. But anyway, we are getting that set up. We got a lot of people in there already. Stranger Gaming, I know you're in there. If you're in here right now, I appreciate you being in here. But lots of people. Kenny, one of our moderators, on there. So yeah, thank you once again, you guys, for being so supportive of the channel. And just another way that you could do that is by hopping on to the Discord. Yes, sir, Nathan. Appreciate you being in here. But hey, we are, again, just a little bit away from getting these starting lineups. They should be coming very soon here. We'll see what the role of Udoka Azubuike will be tonight. Obviously, probably not going to have the same role that he did have, because once again, a guy in Udoka who really probably won't have as big of a role as he did have with the Jazz over the past 10 games while Rudy was gone, but I do think he could still make a significant impact with this team right now. And, I think that they will give him some more playing time than he had gotten before, for sure. Absolutely, Kenny. I agree with you. If we can get a big community going on in there, it would be good. So we'll be getting more people in there. Trust me. People will start joining. So hey, make sure when you get in there to drop a little hello, because that's what we need. All right. All right. Yeah, make sure you guys are liking up the stream as we get closer to tip-off here. Just kind of working our way towards tip. Probably going to be another 5 minutes. So make sure you guys are smashing that up as we get closer to tip-off. Once again, Rudy Gobert making his return to action here for the Jazz. All right. So we are just getting pretty close here, and it's gonna be pretty fun to watch what's going on. And I'm excited for this game. I'm always excited for these games. I think they're very fun to watch, and always a joy to watch the Jazz go up against a young team who is very, very fun to watch. Always fun to watch in my eyes. All right. Okay. Okay, so we are, again, getting close to tip-off here. I'm very excited for this game. 18 in the chat. Go Jazz, says Jack Attack. Appreciate you being in here, my man. Yes, go Jazz. 3 times Depoy is back. That's right. What's up to you, Contrast? Appreciate you being in here. Yeah, I'm ready for this game. It's going to be a fun one. We got 18 in the chat before we even start. So I appreciate every single one of you guys being in here. If you are a Filipino, drop it in the chat. Put in that you are excited to see your Filipinos go at it. I am so excited to see JC and Jaylen Green go at it tonight. Again, the brotherhood, the Filipino brotherhood, always good to see it expanding. And I think it's going to be very fun tonight to really see what these guys can do when the ball is on their court. So we'll see. JC, hopefully he can have a big night again tonight. Filipino night already happened, but in my eyes, this is just the same thing. We got both Filipinos in the league going at it tonight. It's always fun to watch them. Two of the best young players in this league. So I'm pretty excited to really see what they can do tonight, and I think it's going to be fun to watch. And really a good deal always to watch these guys, and see him play. It's always fun. Absolutely fun to watch. All right, you guys, once again, we are getting pretty close to tip-off here. Starting lineups coming in just a minute. All right. Yeah, so once again, we are close to game time here. We're just kind of waiting on tip. That'll be coming in just a minute, so thank you for sticking around with me. And if you haven't already, hit up that like button for me. That really would mean a lot. And it helps us out a ton as well. And make sure that if you have not already, to smash up that like button again. And also hit the subscribe button, because that really tells us that you like what we're doing and that we should keep doing it. So, stick around with us. We got a fun game coming up between the Utah Jazz and the Houston Rockets. It should be really enjoyable tonight. I'm excited for this one. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to see what these guys can do tonight. I think it's going to be very fun to see and just an enjoyable game to watch. All right. So again, I am, these are two of my favorite guys to watch. Jaylen Green and Jordan Clarkson, two of the younger guys in this league who have really made an impact on both of their teams. Jaylen Green elevating this team to new levels here in Houston, and a guy who I totally think could lead a team in the future and really be a good leader. I think he's a great player. Just got back from Frisbee practice, beating my friends in basketball. I'm ready for some Jazz basketball, and Rudy is about to drop 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 5 blocks. That would be insane. On what date did the Utah Jazz beat this team in the Western Conference Finals and send them to the the player was John Stockton. The date was, I'm not sure really. It would have been June 29th. June 29th. Am I right about that? I know it has to be towards the end of June. All right. So the starting lineups coming up in just a couple minutes. The Rockets coach, Stephen Silas. It'll be fun to see what he does tonight. The Jazz getting introduced on screen here. Hey, and by the way, take a moment to talk about SeatGeek. If you want to get the best prices to the best events, then go to SeatGeek.com and get $20 off of your first purchase with code JazzHuddle. And it really is a good deal. Helps us out too. We get $10 of every one of you guys who goes and uses that code, and it really does help you guys out as well. Think Utah Jazz dominate this game, bro? Yeah, hey, man, I hope so. But I don't know. I think this Rockets team is pretty good. Shout out to you, Rex. Appreciate you being in here, my man. So as a Buki, it's going to be fun to see what his role is in this game, and it's going to be kind of, interesting to see him not get as big of a role as he usually gets. But the Houston Rockets and the Jazz are going head to head, and it is time for Jazz basketball. All right. So all of the players on the Jazz, except for one guy, Rudy Gay, will not be playing tonight, but it's okay because he just needs some rest. Again, he's been an absolute asset for the Jazz so far this year, though, and I am very excited to see this game, but the starting lineups are in. Take a look at the Rockets. At guard, Jaylen Green, and at the guard line, Kevin Porter Jr. At forward, Eric Gordon, Sean Tate starting at forward, and also Christian Wood at center. Now, for the Jazz, point guard is going to be Mike Conley. Shooting guard is Donovan Mitchell. Small forward, Royce O'Neal. And power forward will be... I should probably do that here. There we go. So the power forward for the Jazz will be Bojan Bogdanovic, and the center will be Rudy Gobert. So that will be the starting lineup for the Utah Jazz tonight. It's going to be a fun one, and I think that these are two teams who are pretty hungry. I think that obviously the Rockets not doing as well as the Jazz, but I think that they have definitely established their position. I think they definitely are on the right track. So it'll be fun to see what they do today. So 22-8 with all 5 guys starting for the Utah Jazz. Missing 1, they are 11-8, and missing 2 or more, they are 1-5. So you can really see what kind of difference that will make to a team. And obviously, when you're a really good team in the West, when you lose a couple guys who are main men in your starting lineup, you suffer a little bit. But I think they've been pretty decent about coping with it so far. So we'll just kind of have to see how they do tonight. All right. So take a look at Jaylen Green. 2 years ago, guy was in the G League, and now he was on the Ignite team he came from the Philippines, was on the Ignite team, and now he is the star on this Rockets team, along with Christian Wood, who's also a very good player. Eric Gordon, also very good, and you got guys like Sean Tate, one of my more favorite players, and also You also got guys on this team such as hold on, let me get this game pulled up here. Yeah, here we go. You also got guys like Kevin Porter Jr. Again, another really good scorer, and also he can pass the ball. So just a really deep young team for the Rockets. Here is Conley. Conley outside. The Rockets rank 27th in offense and 30th in defense, so not the best rankings, but they've got 15 wins, so that's not that bad, as Bogey gets poked in the face by Christian Wood. Yeah, it looks like he just got poked in the eye. Incidental contact, it looked like. Oh, contact lens just popped out, I think. And Christian Wood knew immediately, got down and tried to help him up. But Bogey just popped out a contact lens, which is, trust me, that does not feel good. I don't have contacts, but I've heard scary stories. We have 11:22 left in the first, as Bogey's able to pop that one back in, so he will stay in the game. 11:30 left to go in the first. So that was the first foul on Jaylen Green, first foul on the Rockets. So first personal, first team, as here is Royce O'Neal to inbound it. He gives it over to Mike Conley. Conley working with it. Conley kicks it out. Here is Donovan. He lobs it down for Rudy. And a slam to start off the game. And Rudy gets it going with 2 for the Jazz. Nice dunk. And a nice play by Donovan Mitchell to find him down low. Hopefully that's a sign that they are not beefing, but you never know. As Conley gets the steal down low. Here come the Jazz, 11:06 left to play in the first. Conley working with it outside. Conley looking to go inside. He steps back, kicks it over to O'Neal. Now back over to Conley. Conley Hands it over to Donovan. Donovan fakes, goes down low, puts it up with the left. Tough shot. That one will fall as well. So 4-0. And 10:44 left to play in the first here is Kevin Porter Jr. Porter gives it over to Wood. Wood down to Sean Tate, and Tate is fouled. Tate will go to the line for 2. So again, bogey hit the deck a second ago. Kind of hurt his eye a little bit, got poked, but incidental contact right there, nothing going. Oh, I didn't poke anybody in the eye. But anyway, all right. So Sean Tate at the line, one of my favorite guys. I mean, I feel like I've said this from the beginning, but Sean Tate, I just love the way he plays. It's really he's an energy guy for sure. Fun to watch though. 12.3 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 3.1 assists this season. Fantastic stats from the young guy. You know, that might be inflated because he's on, you know, not the best team, but of course, he will have a future in this league. I am convinced by that. As here's Donovan outside on the right side, kicks it over. Bogdanovich, 3-ball. Got it! So Bogdanovich starting off 1 for 1, 7-1. The Jazz, frog in my throat, on top by 6. 1 point scored by the Rockets so far on a free throw as Eric Gordon squares it up from downtown, and that one won't fall. And here come the Jazz. Donovan working with it on the left side. He pulls it. That one won't go from outside, and so it goes back to the Jazz here. Or no, back to the Rockets, I should say. As Tate has it. Gives it over to Wood. Floater is a little bit short, and that one's going to go off the left. No good. Not a lot of touches so far for Jaylen Green, and man, I really hope that he can put on a show tonight. It's always fun to watch the Filipinos go out and dominate as they give it over to Mitchell. Mitchell on the left side takes another 3. That one's short as well, but it's batted out to Mike Conley. Fantastic play by Royce O'Neal. Conley on the right side. He's guarded by Kevin Porter Jr. Conley looking to go inside. Steps back. Threads the needle. He gets it over to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich kicks it out. Conley outside once again. Gives it over to Gobert, who has his second slam of the game. Great start for Gobert. Great start for the Jazz. Absolutely dominating to start this one out. It's been an absolute offensive clinic. Here is Kevin Porter Jr. Gives it over to Jason Tate. Now pass. Jaylen Green outside. Beautiful shot. Didn't go. Kevin Porter Jr. inside. KPJ is fouled, and he will go to the line for 2. Kevin Porter Jr., another guy on this Rockets team who is, you know, just sublime for how young he is. Really fun to watch. Has great mechanics. All these guys on the Rockets, you know, just fun to watch. And definitely guys who I feel like will have a future in this league. The Jazz shooting 50% so far from the field. Scoring leaders so far, 4 for Rudy Gobert and 1 for Kevin Porter Jr. Those are the leaders in this game so far. And also 3 rebounds for O'Neal and 2 assists for Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell distributing at a high rate early and also making some shots. All right. So there's a miss on that second free throw, and it's pulled down by the Jazz. A tough rebound, but that first one did go from Kevin Porter Jr. Now here's Bogey. Goes inside, puts it up on the right, and that one will go. Great baseline drive by Bogdanovich. 11-2. Jazz on top by 9. The Rockets come into this one 15-40. The Jazz 35-21. Again, you can really see that Jazz record kind of evening out. As here's Sean Tate outside, took a 3. That one so close to going in, just didn't find the net. As here is Donovan. Donovan threads the needle, goes inside, dumps it off for Rudy Gobert. That one off of a Rocket hand, and it's going to end up Jazz basketball. 8:19 left in the first, and I really do love the way the Jazz are playing right now. Really high energy stuff. All right. Here we go. Here's the inbound from Mike Conley. Conley gives it over to Bogdanovich. He squares up a 3. Bang! So Bogdanovich puts the Jazz up 14-2. And a timeout on the floor taken by the Rockets. Fantastic coaching in this game. Gets the Jazz up early. And, you know, I am so excited for this team now. And here's why. You look at the Jazz, and that was the starting lineup right there. But just imagine that now all of the young guys have gotten time to understand the system. They are more well-versed than they had been before. And I am extremely excited to see what they can do tonight. And, you know, it's not going to be easy for them to score, but I think they might be getting some quality minutes in this game, and I'm very excited for that. But, of course, Donovan and Rudy being in there, they're going to get the majority of the minutes tonight. But you also have guys like Bogdanovich contributing early with 3 for 3 and 8 points. He's made 2 threes and 1 bucket inside. But, just fantastic stuff. But I think that, right now the Jazz are in a fantastic position where they are well rested. All of these stars just got an extra break from being out with whatever, So I think it's definitely a good deal that it was timely when they got injured, and I think it'll be helpful in the future when these guys need to be in prime time playing positions. So 17 in the chat, appreciate you guys being in here. If you have not already, make sure you are hitting up that like button. It really would mean a lot. Yeah, it is. It's been a fun game so far. So make sure you stick around because we're gonna have some fun basketball tonight. Good rebounding and playmaking so far. Absolutely, it's been really fun to watch. 2-14 so far. 8-14 left in the first, and it's really been a struggle for the Rockets to get shots to fall. I think they got to rely a little bit more on Green right now. Jaylen Green just not getting a lot of looks, and I feel like if you're the Rockets, you really got to be looking at him and saying, yeah, that's the guy I want taking these shots, because he is such an asset to this team and such a great player at his age. So it's interesting that they're not going to him almost every time. I mean, if I was a coach, then I would totally be trying to get it to him, because you need to develop that young talent, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully they can do that. That would be good. All right, so once again, 2-14 is the score. The Jazz on top by 12. Fantastic start to the game for them. 8:14 left to play in the first, and we are back to action here in Utah. Rudy Gobert, 27, has been fantastic so far. He's had 2 dunks already, just eaten up in the paint down there, getting some great passing from Donovan Mitchell as well. And, it's been fun to watch what he can do down low, and he really does know how to get open for those slams. But we get back to action here, and here are by the way, take a look at the new guys on this team. Hopefully they can get some time tonight. Look at Nickeil Alexander Walker and Juancho Hernan-Gomez, as here is a pass to Christian Wood, who takes the 3 and drains it from outside. That is something that he does best. For how big he is, it is really impressive that he can knock down shots like that. He's a bigger guy. I believe he's 6'9", 6'8", something like that. Definitely a very talented scorer. Here is Donovan Mitchell at the logo. Donovan working on Jaylen Green, and there's a pass tipped by the Rockets. Fantastic defense by the Rockets so far. They've really forced a lot of tough passes by the Jazz. You can see Gobert working that ankle, just doing some exercises with it. Actually, it's the calf, it looks like. But he is making sure that it is feeling good, and it's always good to have your defensive juggernaut in the game, as Donovan has it for the Jazz. Donovan kicks it over to Bogdanovich. He splits the defense and is fouled. Bogdanovich, I believe that's the 3rd foul on the Rockets, so no bonus quite yet, but it's coming. 7:32 left in the first, and now here comes Trent Forrest getting some minutes tonight early. Always good to see. So Trent Forrest, last 5 games, 10.0 points and 4.8 assists on 54% shooting. He's proven that he can be a very good guard in this league, as Bogdanovich takes it again from outside. He's got 11 on 4 for 4 from outside. Fantastic stuff for 4 for 4 from the field, 3 for 3 from downtown. Here is Jaylen Green outside, the guy who I want touching the ball every time down the floor for the Rockets. Kevin Porter Jr. goes inside and is fouled by the Jazz. 29 in the chat. Appreciate you guys being in here. Good to have Gobert back on the floor. Nice to see the Jazz learn how to win a few without him. Exactly, Steve. And, that's something you really got to look at. What can the Jazz do to get better? I think you got to work with your depth, and that's really what they had to do there, as there's a tough shot that's put in down low on the second chance attempt by Christian Wood. 7-17 this game. By the way, the Rockets, I do want to point this out, they're one of the best in the league at coming back from behind. They do know how to play when they are behind. Here's Donovan Mitchell. Fades away. Tough jumper. That one won't go. Whiteside misses the gimme down low, and he's not going to be able to get back because Christian Wood is very much the faster man. So here's Sean Tate. Free lane down low. Puts it up and in. to 17. 8-point game. And what did I tell you? This one got a whole lot closer with that bucket. Gets it within 10, and it feels like the Rockets have a lot of momentum right now, but Bogdanovich going down low. Kicks it out to Forrest. He takes a three. That one a little bit right. And it's going to be rebounded by Whiteside. Had a heck of a play right there. Just launched it and got it to go down low. It was almost a hook shot, but just a weird arc on that. It was almost too flat for a hook shot. As here's Jaylen Green. Jaylen Green on the left side. Green looking to go inside. Jaylen Green puts it over the right. That one won't go, and a foul is going to be called on Houston, I believe. Man, what a start from the Jazz. They've been fantastic. 28 in the chat. I don't know. I think I'm bringing some excitement right now, my man, Kenny. I don't know, man. If you want excitement, then I don't know. You got to get more excited. Here's Donovan. Donovan outside on the left side. Donovan looking to go inside. He fades away. Tough shot from outside. That one will go. 22-9. Donovan puts it up and in. Fantastic play from Donovan Mitchell, and that is not an easy shot. As here come the Rockets. There's a pass that's deflected by the Jazz, but it ends up going to KPJ. Here's a corner three for Sean Tate. That one won't fall, and the Jazz pull it away. Here is Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich splits the defense. He kicks it out to Donovan. Donovan gives it down to Royce O'Neal. Crazy offense right now for the Jazz. Bogey drives baseline, puts it up and in. He's got 5 for 5 and 13 points so far. Monster quarter for Bojan Bogdanovic, as here's Sean Tate. Tate going inside. Tough shot. Got it to fall. Sean Tate. Wow. Tate is a guy that, really will give effort. And that's something that I really love. I mean, a guy who will just go out and give effort. He's not the most gifted scorer, but he really does have the gift of just giving effort. And that's something that every team could use. 36 in the chat. I know my dad never messaged you. I got what you were saying. Jack Attack. Appreciate you being in here, my man. Yes, sir. Rudy is playing, Joe Mama. Hey, I'm excited. And give me your score predictions in the chat. I'll put out a poll pretty soon of who you guys think is going to win, as it is down low. That was Garrison Matthews who put it up and in. 13-24. Somehow I added a point. 13-24 is the score. And now here come the Jazz. It is Mitchell. Mitchell going inside. Mitchell puts it up. Tough shot with the right, and he is fouled. So Mitchell sitting on the screen. One of the guys who Utah cherishes so much. And by the way, Donovan Mitchell, a guy who constantly is seen at high school and middle school basketball games. He's a very good community figure. What is up? Yeah, I see it. Crew the Fishing Dude. Thank you, though. Miles Sparks. Appreciate you being in here, my man. As here is Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell at the line. First one is up. First one is down. Mitchell, very good shooter from the line. 4:27 left to play in the first. And, Donovan Mitchell, one of those guys who just affects the game in so many ways. He's got 4 assists and 6 points and 3 rebounds. If that is not triple-double watch already, I don't know what is. And, fun to watch. And he's got career highs in assists and steals this season. He talked about in the offseason becoming more of an elite passer. And I think that he is to that point where he is definitely getting that into his game. As here is a pass to Jaylen Green outside. Green goes inside, gives it down to, I believe that was Kenyon Martin Jr., who slammed it home down low. Beautiful distribution from the Filipino in Jaylen Green. You got to love seeing these young Filipinos go at it tonight. As here's a steal by the Rockets now for KPJ. Then to Christian Wood, who slams it home. 17-25 and a timeout on the floor. The Rockets hanging in there. 8-point game. Feels a lot closer than that. 43 in the chat. Appreciate every single one of you guys being in here. It does mean a lot. So we have a game, ladies and gentlemen. We have a game. 17-25. Jazz 116, Rockets 103. Let's get a poll going. Who do you guys think is going to win this game? Because I want to know who the masses think is going to win this game. Let's see. Who you got, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, who is ready for All-Star Weekend? 2 Jazz guys Oh, oops, I messed up my poll. But anyway, who do you guys got? Who do you think is gonna win this game? I wonder. All right. So I'm gonna put this in the chat. So Jazz or Rockets, who are you guys rooting for? Put it in the chat. If you're just rooting for the Filipinos, I appreciate that too. Hey man, the Filipinos, I'm very happy to see them in here. Uniform matchup. So tonight, I believe, and I'll just pull up a picture for you guys so you can see what it is. But it is the, I believe the Jazz are wearing their associations. I could be wrong about that. Hold on, let's just look. Let's look. We love our Jazz Uni Tracker, one of my favorite Twitter accounts. They do help us out quite a bit. Yes, the Jazz are in their association and the Rockets in their icon edition. So if I'm going to pull this over here, as you guys can see right there, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell just getting recognized right there for being all-stars this year, and that's going to be fun to watch. But as you can see, these two teams wearing their pretty standard uniforms tonight. We got 36 in the chat. Appreciate you guys being in here. All right, we got 9 votes on the poll so far. It's looking heavily in the Jazz's favor, but I don't know. I feel like this could be a little bit closer, you guys. I think, hey, look, I said this earlier, but I think it's going to be a 2-point game. I don't think it could be, I think this one could be down to the wire. All right. So we are heading out of this timeout here. All right. All right. So here we go. We are in this timeout, heading out here very soon. Okay. So the inbound coming from Donovan Mitchell here for the Jazz. Starts us off with just under 4 minutes to play here in quarter one. Forrest has it. Gets a screen from Donovan. He won't use it. Goes back. Is trapped. Very nice defense from the Rockets. Now here's a pass outside. There's a foul. There's a foul. That one was before the shot on the Rockets as Daniel House checks in for the Jazz. Daniel House, by the way, got signed to a contract for the rest of the year. Very happy to see that. By the way, Daniel House, a guy who played a lot of time with the Rockets, actually. Jazz will run away in the fourth. I mean, I hope so. It'd be fun to see. Is City Court tonight? No, it is. It's regular court tonight. So here is Hassan Whiteside at the line. That first one will go. So it looks like the Jazz now in the bonus. And there appeared to be an off-ball foul going on. I would assume it would be Christian Wood down there. Yeah, it was Christian Wood. So that second free throw won't go. 26-17. And now here come the Rockets. On the left side, KPJ putting a move on Forrest. He kicks it out. Great pass over to Kenyon Martin Jr. as he drains a three, 20-26. A 6-point game and a fun game so far. All right, here is Donovan outside. He kicks it over to JC, the Filipino, the second Filipino on the floor right now. Gives it out to Forrest. Forrest looking to go inside. Forrest kicks it out. Donovan Mitchell, 3-ball. Yes! Donovan Mitchell knocks it down from outside once again. And Donovan has got 9 points so far to go along with 4 assists and 3 rebounds. Great stats so far, but a dunk inside by the Filipino Jaylen Green. Good to see him getting some early points here as Donovan looking to go inside. Kicks it over to Clarkson. Clarkson goes in, puts it up high off the glass. That one won't fall, but Whiteside is there. Hook shot is good. Soft touch from Hassan Whiteside, 31-22. So the energy being brought by the Jazz right now, as here is Kevin Porter Jr. Kicks it over to Wood. Wood working with it on the left side. Wood looking to go inside. That one's going to be poked out to KPJ. Kevin Porter Jr. gives it down to Kenyon Martin Jr. He puts it up. Tough shot. That one will go. Kenyon Martin has 7 so far in the night, and 24-31. It's a 7-point game. Here's Donovan. Donovan swings it over to Clarkson. Clarkson on the right side gets a screen from Whiteside, and now a kick out. Here is Forrest. Forrest going inside. Kicks it over to Daniel House. 3-ball. That one will go. And Daniel House lighting up that bow right there. You got to love it. House puts the Jazz up by 10, and a steal by Trent Forrest. Here come the Jazz. Forrest on the corner gives it down to Hassan Whiteside. Whiteside going inside on Wood, and a foul on Wood. I believe there was no shot on that 135 in the chat. Appreciate every single one of you guys being in here. Mitchell shooting better threes than Booker already. Yeah, he is shooting really well. He is shooting really well. Hey, man, if you are rooting for the Rockets, let me know in the chat and let me know on that poll who you got, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys being in here. To all of my Filipinos, I appreciate you guys being in here. Does mean a lot. All right. All right, you guys, once again, we are in the first quarter. About 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. Mitchell shooting very well from outside, and he's also got 4 assists to his credit. So he is, in my eyes, on triple-double watch, and there was a jump ball, but Wood kind of bent over and ran into Hassan Whiteside, and Hassan doesn't like that. Hassan definitely didn't like that play. Got to be careful with Christian Wood, though, because you don't want to get him mad or he will burn you with his 3-ball. I mean, again, a very, very, very fun player to watch. So the Jazz, once again, in the bonus, and they have not fouled at all. The Jazz have been fantastic about that, just not committing fouls. As here is Eric Gordon. Gordon gives it over to Schroeder, who was just acquired in a deal with the Celtics. And a foul. No. They're messing with the clock here. I think they're going to reset the, not sure what they're doing. So this is the Rocket debut for Dennis Schroeder. Let's see what he can do. Dangerous player. A guy who wanted a max contract. Wasn't going to get it. I don't know who told him to do that. If I was his agent, I would have told him the exact opposite as Dennis Schroeder goes inside. Goes to the right side. He kicks it over to Kenyon Martin Jr. and turns it over. Here's Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert gives it over to JC. JC on the right side. JC up top. JC gets a screen from Gobert. Gives it over to Conley. Conley, 3-ball. That one off the back of the backboard and out. It looks like it was tipped. What? That had to be tipped. Yeah, definitely was hit right there. So Mike got it up. Beautiful play by Garrison Matthews, by the way. Got that ball tipped right there. And now here is Gobert. Now another 3 for Conley. That one, oh, so close to going in. Just rims out. Lips out, I should say. As here is Matthews. Gives it over to Schroeder outside. Sengun also checking in. And now here is Gordon. Gordon looking to go inside. He gives it over to Kenyon Martin Jr. Now over to Sengun. That one's stolen away by the Jazz. Here comes Mike Conley. Conley working with it. Conley at the logo. Near half court. He's guarded up top by Schroeder. Schroeder playing pretty tight on him for being that far up. And now here's Conley. Conley gets a screen from Gobert. Gives it down to Gobert. Gobert looked like he was fouled, but nothing called. All right. And now here is Eric Paschall. Paschall gives an inbound to Rudy Gobert, and he slams it home. Beautifully designed play. And that is how you win basketball games right there. Get the easy points, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to work hard for them all the time, as here are the Jazz. Schroeder gives it over. No. So Schroeder Can't get a shot off. Oh, they're gonna look at this because there was a foul call. They're gonna review it. Şengün, I believe, had the ball. Huh. So they're looking to see if the foul happened before the expiration of time. 48 in the chat, 49 in the chat. Appreciate you guys being in here. We are heading towards this second quarter right now, so let's try to get 50 likes before the second quarter. That would be really sweet if you guys, 47 in here, give me that Valentine's Day gift. Hit up that like button for me. That would mean a lot. Şengün, it looks like, was the one who had it, and I believe that foul would have been way before the clock finished, but that was a... There's no way that shot was going in. Şengün out of Turkey. So 0.6 goes on the game clock, and the foul happened before the expiration of time. What? So they put it at 1 second, I believe. Right there. So that's where the foul is, with 0.6 left to go. So Şengün at the line. 8.6 points this season, 4.7 rebounds, and 3.1 minutes? I don't know. Anyway. Good to see you, Raleigh Virga. Appreciate you being in here. Shout out from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia from the Philippines. Appreciate you being in here. Jarrett Allen has been chosen to replace new Sixer James Harden for Team LeBron as an All-Star reserve. Good. Cleveland gets 2 All-Stars. Yes, sir. I'm happy for them. Cleveland deserves good basketball. So 24-36 it will stay as Şengün misses both free throws right there, and Gobert heaved it, but that one didn't go. All smiles for the Jazz. Good start to this game, I should say. First quarter action comes to a close. We ended the second quarter with a tight game, 24-36, and it's been fun so far. Stick around with us. This is on pace to be a good one. Hey, once again, you guys, I do appreciate every single one of you being in here. 39 in the chat. Does mean a lot. Make sure you guys are joining that Discord if you have not already. I think I put that that Discord link up top. It is pinged, so make sure you guys are hitting that up. It would mean a lot. All right, 51 in the chat. Yes, sir. But 24-36, it's been a fun game so far. Let's take a look at the game leaders. And this will be Christian Wood leading in points. And it's been a pretty balanced scoring output from a bunch of guys. Kenyon Martin has 7. Garrison Matthews has 2. Eric Gordon, Dennis Schroeder, and Şengün yet to score, but also contributing. Kevin Porter Jr. and Jaylen Green, the 2 Filipinos in this game. Green and JC, all fantastic players. And now here for the Jazz, it was Bogdanovich who really led the charge early with 13 points. And also 4 assists, Donovan leading the charge with 4. And he's been fantastic so far. Donovan not only has 9 points, but he's got 4 assists, which is fantastic. And that's in 11 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So he is on triple-double watch if I've ever seen it. And Royce O'Neal leading the Jazz in rebounds so far. It's been a lot of kind of kick-out rebounds, if you know what I mean. The ball bouncing in weird directions so far in this game, just by coincidence. But it is what it is. So we'll just kind of have to see what happens. This is going to be a fun one. All right, you guys. So we head to the second quarter. We got 12 minutes of game time in this second quarter to go, and 50% field goals for both teams so far. The Jazz just knocking down a lot of threes so far. They're 6 for 14 from downtown with 16 rebounds, which doubles what the Rockets have. That's really the story right there, and 10 second chance points for the Jazz. And, you know, this is a pretty undersized Rockets team. They really do have a more scoring big type in a guy like Christian Wood, and he's a great player, but just not that kind of guy. The Sengun guys, he's okay. Here's Clarkson as he drains it from outside. The Filipino knocking it down, 39-36 or 39-24. Should say. I don't know where I got 36 from. But here is Schroeder. Schroeder again making his Rocket debut. Schroeder gives it over to Garrison Matthews. Matthews gives it down to Sengun. Sengun now down to Schroeder. Back to Sengun. Sengun gets it poked away. Man, he is easy to steal from. As here's Conley. Lob for Daniel House Jr. Puts it up and slams it home. Beautiful lob. 41-24. 17-point game. The Jazz on top. Big time. Sengun gives it over to Schroeder. Schroeder puts it up. High arcing shot. That one won't fall. Here comes Eric Paschall. Paschall on the right side. Paschall looks to go inside. Barrels in. Puts it up. Got the bucket and the foul. 24 to 43. Wow. Ow. Gorgeous timing by Mike Conley to get that lob to my man, Daniel House Jr. And then on the other end, again, Eric Paschall gets the steal, gets the and one. Beautiful play all over by the Jazz. Sengun is not the greatest player. Not the greatest player, I will say. 44-24 as Paschall is able to knock down that shot. It looks like this game is might be getting out of hand here for the Rockets. Don't count him out though. But a 12-0 run for the Jazz. You got to limit those. As Sengun running the offense for the Rockets. He gives it out to Kenyon Martin Jr. Martin Jr. gives it over to Schroeder. Now back over to Kenyon Martin. And he kicks it. Oh, that one is stolen away. Here come the Jazz. It is Conley. Conley going inside. Kicks it out. Clarkson wide open for three. Got it. And the Jazz just playing their game right now. And it has been fantastic to watch. 47-24. A 23-point game. They just exploded this one. 40 in the chat. Appreciate every single one of you guys being in here. And if you have not already, make sure you are smashing up that like button. It has been a fun game to watch so far. I believe the Rockets can still hang on in this one and get at least close. But the Jazz really looking like they might have this one in the bag. 94.1 win percentage right now on win probability. They've just dominated so far, and I think that it's really good to see. So obviously I was wrong on my prediction saying it was going to be a 2-point game. I think unless the Rockets really put up right now, they could do it. But if there are two guys who I think could make a big impact in this game for the Rockets, it's got to be the Filipino Jaylen Green, and it's got to be KPJ. Two guys who can really make a difference in a good way for the Rockets. And also, you got to look at Dennis Schroeder, who has just been really quiet in this game. And for a guy who wanted a max contract, you got to put up some better numbers if you want that contract, buddy. But anyway, it's been a fun one to watch, and I'm very happy with the way this game has gone for the Jazz so far. It has been very, very enjoyable. All right. All right. Very fun to watch. As by the way, my college's women's basketball team just beat the number 5 team in the country. You gotta love it. Love the lead though. Yes, I mean it's great to see it, but the Jazz have to keep going. You really got to keep putting the pressure on because this Rockets team once again full of young guys who can get out and run, and they will. Trust me. So, we'll just kind of see what happens in this one. I wouldn't count them out though. The Rockets a very good team, and they know exactly what they're doing when they're playing from behind. So it's always interesting to watch them. But hey, we got a good stream going tonight, and I appreciate every single one of you guys being in here. It really does mean a lot to me. So make sure, if you have not already, to smash up that like button, you guys, as we are back to action here in this second quarter. About 10:19 left to play. The Jazz up 24-47. Eric Paschall in the first 24 games, 3.2 points per game, and in the last 18, he's got 9.3 points per game, 43%. Part of that increase in percentage from 30 to 43% is because the Jazz tweaked his shot a little bit to where he didn't have as wide and as high of an arc on his jump shot. He didn't get as high when he was shooting it, which is very, very important as Schroeder is outside. Schroeder kicks it over to Gordon. He takes a three. That one will go. Eric Gordon knocks it down, and that's a guy who could really make a difference when he needs to, a guy who's really beat the Jazz in a lot of annoying ways in the past. And here comes Conley. Conley on the left side. Conley being guarded very tightly by Dennis Schroeder. The Rockets trying to put some defensive pressure on the Jazz as Schroeder gets that one taken away, but it's going to be a foul, I believe, on the Jazz. Yes. Schroeder, a great player. I mean, it's tough for him, especially with Boston, where he really couldn't get very much playing, good playing time. 14.4 points, 4.2 assists as Conley squares it up from downtown. That one won't go. Daniel House is there, giving that effort play. I love Daniel House Jr., man. That's a guy who I want to stay with this franchise as long as possible. As outside, it is Conley. No, Clarkson. Clarkson goes inside, puts it up. JC can't get that one to go. And here come the Rockets. Şengün gets the rebound. Now here is Schroeder out to Garrison Matthews. That's a tough three. That one is short. I feel like they could have found a better shot right there. I mean, that was just a little bit rushed from my eyes. As here is Clarkson. Clarkson outside gets a screen from Gobert over to Daniel House. House kicks it out. Here is Eric Paschall, and Paschall can't knock it down, and now here is Şengün. Şengün on the left side. Gives it over to Eric Gordon. He puts it up. Won't go. And Clarkson is able to pull down the rebound for the Jazz. Not a guy who usually gets rebounds, but a fantastic play right there as Conley is outside. Conley dips in, kicks it out. Here's a three. Paschall, you betcha. And the Jazz up by 23 once again. 50-27. They got a 50-point half with 8:23 left to play in the second, as here's a shot from Dennis Schroeder, and that mid-range jumper will go. A guy who really has struggled to find his place in this league with his fifth team so far, as here is Clarkson, and he is going to be fouled on the floor. Jazz not in the bonus quite yet, so it'll just be an inbound. Before coming to the Utah Jazz, we were known as the New Orleans Jazz. What was the worst game that the New Orleans Jazz had? I have no idea, but I do know that we were the New Orleans Jazz. In fact, I have a couple shirts that say that. They're very sweet. So, here comes Udoka Azubuike. This is so insane, having this many centers available to play. As here is Forrest outside, gets a screen. Forrest going inside, kicks it out. Daniel House Jr., 3-ball. Yeah! Bullseye from Daniel House Jr. That is his 8th point of the game. Daniel House Jr., one of my favorite guys on this team right now. He just gives this effort that we didn't have before, and I love it. And now here's a rebound by Udoka Azubuike. Azubuike hustling down the floor. He gets a lob. That was a horrible pass, though. And Azubuike going to kick it over to Clarkson. Clarkson now outside. Daniel House Jr. takes another three. That one's short. Nearly got the shooter's bounce, but it won't go. 7:25 left to play in the second, as here's Schroeder. Schroeder gives it down to Christian Wood. Christian Wood upstairs for Şengün, and that one won't fall. 44 in the chat. Yes, Udoka getting some playing time. Tell me, Kenny, what was the worst game? But I mean, look at Daniel House Jr., man, coming into a team he wasn't even on a roster, comes to the Jazz, rebuilds what he had already started. He was a good player with the Rockets, and by no means was not worth anything. It's Şengün. First shot at the line will go 30-53. Rudy Gobert, a huge piece of this rotation has fit back in seamlessly, and Daniel House gets a standing ovation as he checks out. Good guy. Good to have him in the lineup. As in checks Forrest, Clarkson also in the game. And also for the Jazz, Azubuike and Bogdanovich on the floor. And for the Rockets, it's going to be Kenyon Martin Jr., Eric Gordon, Dennis Schroeder, Sengun, and Josh Christopher. As here is Clarkson. Clarkson on the left side. Clarkson looking to go inside. Puts it up with the right. Tough shot. That one a little bit too strong. And it's rebounded by Schroeder. Schroeder trying to get this team within 20. Gives it over to Gordon. Gordon barrels inside and puts it up and in. Man, Eric Gordon, for being as old as he is, seriously has some pep in his step. All right. So Utah up by 20, just under 7 minutes to play. 54 in the chat. Appreciate you guys being in here. Is Rudy Gay going to get House's minutes when he gets healthy? I think that House has more of a place in the rotation than a lot of other guys. And I think that Rudy Gay and him will split time. And, that is just something that I think makes this team so deep. I mean, just look at that. I mean, it's pretty incredible how deep this team has become just from getting real-time minutes with these guys who normally wouldn't have had a spot on this roster. It's amazing to see what happens when you play the guys who normally wouldn't have gotten playing time, and I'm very excited to see what they do. I mean, it's been fantastic to watch them get this good. All right. Once again, I appreciate all of you guys for being in here. It really does mean a lot. All right. Hey, if you have not already, make sure you guys hit up the like button. Hit that subscribe button for me. It would mean a lot. 53 in the chat. Appreciate every single one of you guys in here. 56-point deficit. That would be insane. 158 Milwaukee Bucks to 102. That is pretty crazy. Quinn has used his brain and broke his record of how many players he has played. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. And I think this is probably going to be one of those things where he, has a revelation and he's like, man, if I play these guys, then I can really get my team to be a lot more deep. And I would like to see some Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Hernan Gomez as well. But let's talk about something that I would like to see from you guys, because I know you would like to do it. If you are going to an event anytime soon, take a look at SeatGeek, tonight's sponsor, and check out their deals and use code JazzHuddle to get $20 off your first purchase, and $10 goes back to us. So it really does help us out a lot. I do appreciate every single one of you guys being in here, though. No matter what, you being in here is enough payment for me. Deepest team in the NBA. Stop playing with this franchise. You are right about that, Jack Tack. No, Kai Soto. Yes, I do. Edmilson Cuevas. Yes, I do know Kai Soto, one of my favorite Filipino players. And I'm very excited to see him in the league. And hopefully the Jazz get him, because Kai Soto, again, very good player. And, he's fun to watch. Very good scorer, especially. So I'm excited to see Kai Soto in this league. So stick around, and we do draft coverage on this channel, and usually what we will do is we will cover as much of the draft as we can. So Kai Soto, when he gets drafted, if he goes to the Jazz, heck yeah, we'll be covering that. As here is Donovan Mitchell. Donovan on the left side. Donovan goes inside, and it's out of bounds. It'll head back to the Rockets. As here is Schroeder. Schroeder gives it down to Sengun. $35-53, as there is a shot by Sengun that'll go 35-53 once again. 6:18 left to play in the second, as here is Clarkson. Clarkson goes inside, puts up a tough shot. That one will result in a foul, so he will go to the line for two. 6:14 left to play in the second. Appreciate every single one of you guys being in here. 54 in the chat. Now is the Utah Jazz. The worst loss they had? I believe it was to the Grizzlies, 50 points. And now Clarkson at the line. First one is up and good. Clarkson, very good free throw shooter, 54-35. Jordan Clarkson at the Ice Cube concert was dancing up a storm. And then there's another shot for Clarkson at the line, and that one will go as well. 55-35. Second quarter action here. 6:09 left to play in the second quarter. Here is a shot from KPJ, and that one won't go. It's going to be rebounded by Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell pushing it up the floor. He's at center court. Gets a screen from Azubuike. Gives it down to Azubuike. Azubuike slams it home in that Rudy Gobert style dunk. Beautiful play. 57-35. 22 points is the lead for the Utah Jazz. Now here is Schroeder. Schroeder gives it down to Şengün. Şengün crosses over on Azubuike. This is a pretty easy matchup for Azubuike. He's done a fantastic job so far as Şengün puts it up and in. What the heck was that? It went in, so I guess it works, but that was a really weird shot. And down low, Donovan Mitchell puts it up and in. Beautiful play by Donovan Mitchell. He's really grown as a scorer down there, and you see it pay off right there. As 59-37, Donovan Mitchell puts it up right over Şengün. Fantastic play. Şengün really struggling in this league, and I believe it was an and one. So Donovan at the line for one more. 11 points, 5 assists. And look at those rebounds. He's got 3 rebounds so far. So maybe not quite triple-double range right now. I think he's got to get a couple more of those before we can really put him into that category. But 5 assists, very promising so far as Donovan puts it up and got it to go. So 60 so far for the Jazz. A 60-point half, and they've still got 5 minutes left. They could be in for a monster game tonight. Here is Sean Tate. Puts it off of a Jazz. No. Going to go off of a Rockets player, Steven Silas, who's really struggled coaching the Rockets. The Rockets really trying to get this ball back here. That one obviously went off of the Jazz, but I can see why they called it off the Rockets. It looked like Christian Wood was kind of close to where that was, just not super close. As Donovan gives it over to Bogdanovich. Now back to Donovan. Mitchell up top. Donnie Mitch outside. Puts it up. Tough shot. That one won't fall, and it's rebounded by Azubuike. He gives it over to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich going inside. Kicks it out. Tough play. Got it to Royce O'Neal. O'Neal going inside, and a foul called on Sean Tate. That foul going to be his second on the night. 4:38 left to play in the second. 72 in the chat. Appreciate every single one of you guys being in here. It really does mean a lot to me. Hey, if we could get to 60 likes on the night, that would be fantastic. I just need 7 likes from you guys. What am I watching it on? I am watching this on League Pass, NBA League Pass. All right, you guys. So, I mean, hey, if you're a Rockets fan, you got to look at this game and say, they still have a chance to be in here. And I've seen the Rockets several times obliterate this team for stretches. So, I think that they can totally be back in this one. It will just take a little bit of extra effort from these guys as 62-67. The Jazz knocked down both of those free throws. And by the Jazz, I mean Royce O'Neal, as here is KPJ. Takes a shot. That one won't go. And a pass. Wow! To Bojan Bogdanovic on the other end. Bogdanovic gives it over to Azubuike. Stops. Slams it home. Beautiful play by Azubuike. The hesitation down low. Great awareness by the young man. 4 points for Azubuike. 2 for 2 shooting as Sean Tate gives it out to KPJ. Kevin Porter Jr. gives it over to Sean Tate once again. 9 points. 39 points, and for Sean Tate, that is his 5th. And another guy on this team who I really do like. I like Sean Tate a lot, and I think that he could totally make a big impact on another team. And I think that he's got a future in this league for sure. As here's Donovan Mitchell outside. Mitchell Kicks it over to Clarkson. Clarkson looking to go inside. Clarkson puts it up with a right. Tough shot. Yes, sir. Jordan Clarkson goes into Jaylen Green, the other Filipino. Filipino on Filipino right there as he puts it up and in. Tough play by JC, the flamethrower from the Philippines. Tonight's game is on NBA League Pass. Yes. Keep in mind, this is only first half, ladies and gentlemen. Rockets can turn this around in the second half. You're right about that. Hey, look, the Rockets totally have that explosion factor. I know if you're a Rockets fan, you've seen that. They will just have these times when they really do explode, and it's something that's really, really impressive for a young team like this, where they just have these stretches where they just make every shot. And with the way that they play this style of just fast hardball basketball, it is hard to sustain, and they really do a nice job of it sometimes. So outside is Jaylen Green going to take a tough shot. Oh, and he knocks it down. Jaylen Green, also from the Philippines. I don't know his nickname, but he is a very good young player. First year out of the G League. As here is Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell gives it over to Bogdanovich. It's a 25-point game as Whiteside has it down low. Puts it up. Tough play, and that one will fall. 69-42. 27 points is the Jazz lead. Fantastic stuff so far. So on the left side, it is Jaylen Green. Jaylen Green working with it, and there is a foul on the Jazz. Hey, by the way, if you have not already, make sure you are hitting up that subscribe button. That really does help us out quite a bit here on the Jazz Huddle. We need 3 likes to get to 60. That would really mean a lot. The upgrade of our backup centers is the biggest difference of the season. You are absolutely right about that. And that is something that has really helped the depth of this team, if nothing else. And also, the defense has improved. But you just saw that. The Jazz able to run 3 different centers. That is insane, as there's a missed shot down low by Sean Tate, 2:44 left to play in this first half. As here's Whiteside, puts it up over Wood, and puts it up again. That one will go. And you saw Whiteside earlier in this game getting a little bit scrappy with Christian Wood, and Christian Wood is getting bodied down low right now. I don't think he really meant to make Hassan mad, because why would you want to do that? As here's Jaylen Green, puts it in from outside, 45-71. The Jazz with a 70-point half. That is insane. As here's Donovan, 3-ball, you betcha. The Jazz maybe knocking on the door of an 80-point half. Donovan just knocking down shot after shot right now. He's got 15 on 5 for 9 shooting, but, he's been fantastic. Here is Jaylen Green. Green working with it. And Mitchell took a pretty hard fall right there. Gets right back up. Hassan, the consistency, getting down there, just getting big, and that is something that you got to look for from him. Utah's bench is much deeper now, and one of the deepest in the league. Walker and Hernan Gomez will be big pickups. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I don't even know where they're going to fit. Super deep roster right now. Absolutely super deep. All right, the focus is there right now, though, for a guy like Hassan Whiteside, really playing his butt off. He's been fantastic. Jaylen Green puts up the shot from the line. That one won't go. 45-74. The Jazz looking to go up by 30 here in the second quarter. Outside is Conley. Conley working with it. Gives it over to Donovan. Donovan over to Bogdanovich. He splits the defense. Bogdanovich backs it back out. Bogdanovich looking to go inside. Puts it up. Tough shot. That one will go. 76-45. My goodness. As here come the Rockets. Outside is Kevin Porter Jr. Kevin Porter Jr. puts it up. Tough shot. That one won't fall, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rockets, though. Man. Just insane. The Jazz absolutely... it's just ridiculous. They are absolutely torching them. As here is Christian Wood. Christian Wood gives it over to Sean Tate. Tate puts it up and in. 47-76. So now here is Conley. Conley gives it over to Royce O'Neal back down to Hassan Whiteside. Now a kick. Here is Bogdanovich. He takes a three. That one won't go. 76-47 as here comes Kevin Porter Jr. KPJ pulls it from downtown and knocks it down. 50-76. Back to a 26-point game. KPJ getting the Rockets one step closer here in this second half. Now here's Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell working with it outside. Donovan has it. 40 seconds left to go. Donovan working with it. Gives it over to Bogdanovich, and he takes a hard fall. And there is Sean Tate. That one goes off of his shin, and it'll go the other way. Bogdanovich standing on the other end. Now here is the inbound from Royce O'Neal. Getting pretty close to half here. 63 in the chat. Appreciate every single one of you guys. How much time left? There is 29 seconds as here's Donovan Mitchell outside. Mitchell. Looking to go inside. Mitchell outside. He swings it down to Royce O'Neal. My goodness. 78-50. Whoa. And now here we go. 14 seconds left. Here come the Rockets. Jaylen Green has it. One of the most dangerous clutch scorers in the NBA. Here he is outside. Goes left. Bounces back. He's up top. 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds. Jaylen Green outside. You betcha. 53-78. Beautiful play by Jaylen Green. And we head to halftime here in Utah. The Jazz on top by 25. And a fantastic start to this game. Let's take a look at the game leaders. You take a look at Jaylen Green. Jaylen Green so far with 11 points. He's been fantastic. Donovan Mitchell with 15. Also sublime so far. Donovan also has 7 assists to his credit, which is awesome. Kevin Porter Jr. has 5 assists. And Christian Wood with 6 rebounds. Hassan with 6 rebounds. So those are your game leaders so far in this one. So we head to halftime here in Salt Lake City. I'm going to go get some water and take a quick bathroom break. But you guys keep hitting up that like button, that subscribe button. That would mean a lot to me. All right, I will be right back probably in 1 minute. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so we are back, and we are at halftime here. Let me grab this stuff out real quick. And I do want to thank every single one of you guys for being in here. It's been a great stream so far. It's been enjoyable to watch the Jazz get the job done. Definitely fun to watch tonight for sure. It was over a minute, a little bit. If we do score over 140, that'll be a nice game for the Jazz and a nice win. You know, it would be good to have a dominant win. You know, it's always good to have a dominant win. Okay. I got some stuff that I kind of got to work on while we're in halftime, but most of it is just on my computer, so I'll just do that. But yeah, it's been definitely a fun game to watch so far. I appreciate every single one of you guys being in here, though it does mean a lot. But anyway, it's a little lopsided. The Jazz getting the job done tonight, and that's always a good thing. But you know, it's been kind of it's just been a struggle for the Rockets to really get anything going. You know. For the last few years, especially, you look at the Rockets and kind of what their roster has been made up of, and there is no continuity, you know, and that's something that really has it's been a struggle for them to establish, you know, a good roster who's been the same, and it's tough to win when you have that situation where you just don't have, you know, the same guys every year, the same you don't have the guys who could really make a huge difference over and over again, right? So, you know, as they work back up from, you know, their struggles, it's always interesting to think about where they've come from, especially a few years ago being the team that would consistently beat the Utah Jazz in the playoffs. They did it twice. It's not fun for the Jazz, but for them, they were fantastic. They lose James Harden, and boom, they are sent way down to the bottom of the league, which is tough. And that really does show that Harden is a pretty decent player, and you know, a guy who can definitely lead a team. So as he goes to the Sixers, it'll be fun to watch what he does. The Rockets were pretty good with James Harden, I would say, Cole. They beat us twice. Actually, beat us more than twice, but you know, it has been very, very fun to watch these guys get the job done, though. And, you know, it's always fun to watch these young teams, like the Rockets, you know, go out and compete against these better teams like the Jazz. Or I shouldn't say better, but, you know, just more established. Because you never know what these young teams will do. Whether they're going to come out and absolutely demolish you, just have a great all-around game. Or, you know, whether they're not going to perform as well. But that's just kind of what happens. It's a game of what-ifs, you know. What will happen, you never know until it happens. So we'll see. We will see, you guys, but I'm excited to see the rest of this game. I don't know about you guys. I'm excited for it. All right. So, you know, so far in this game, I've seen some positives from both teams. I think for the Rockets, you got to look at the way that they have really put out some effort on the defensive end. I think that's been their main thing so far. All the Rockets fans from 2 years ago are now 76ers fans because they only like Harden. You know, I wouldn't say that. I think that Harden is definitely a piece that you can look forward to watching for the Sixers, but I don't think he's going to be the main obviously, the Sixers have one of the stronger fan bases in the league. I don't think it's close, but yeah, it's just interesting to think about that for sure. And once again, it's been fun to watch, and I think we're going to have a fun game tonight again. All right. But it's been good to see the defense for the Houston Rockets. There's been specific plays. Obviously, giving up 78 points and a half is not good, but they have done a nice job of really getting the job done from a few plays of just really defending well off of the pass, the initial pass, the inbounds pass. That's been one of the important parts of their defense so far, and that's been probably their best aspect of late. But you really got to look at, what can they do to improve? Obviously, you've got to execute on offense better, and I think that's something that they're probably going to look to doing. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, if we just take a look here, let's look at the box score. No, actually, let's take a look at the shot chart here. So we look at everything that's happened so far. Take a look at this: Donovan Mitchell, Boyan. I bet it's gonna be those two guys. Daniel House, Jordan Clarkson. Look at that. Look at the scoring distribution. There's another Donovan. This one will be Daniel House. Yep. Lots of shots down low, too. And Boyan Bogdanovic, 24-footer out in the corner again. So you can really see a lot of three-pointers falling, and just the opposite can be said for the Rockets. A lot of shots down low. You can really see that cluster inside, but even a bigger cluster for the Jazz down there. The Jazz are just getting off more shots, and that is partly due to them just rebounding the ball a lot better, 28-16. So, fantastic stuff so far. All right. So we are in halftime right now. I'm excited to see the second half though. Again, once you look at just kind of how these teams play. It's always fun to see how they can react to the changes that are made by the coaches in the halftime huddle, and I think that the Houston Rockets definitely will be able to make some plays coming out of the break here. We'll see. Walker and Gomez are going to be playing this last one. Parlay needs to hit. Rockets come back. Yeah, I'm hoping for you, Marie K. I'll pray for you for that. Will Bogdanovic score more than 19 points? That's likely, I would say, at this point. He's played a fantastic game so far. Okay. Oh. All right, so we are getting very close to getting out of this break here. We should be back to action very soon. All right. So, leading scorers so far, Donovan Mitchell has 15, Boyan with 15, Clarkson with 11, Hassan Whiteside with 9, and House with 8. And for the Rockets, 11 for Jaylen Green, 9 for Sean Tate, 7 for Christian Wood, 7 for Kenyon Martin Jr., and for Alfred Sengun, he's got 7. Rudy was big on the floor in that first half. We'll see what he does here soon. Yeah. Gosh. And we are back to action here. Third quarter action as Donovan is up top. Donovan gives it. Oh, no, he's going to just take it himself. Beautiful play. Puts it high off the glass, and the spinning jumper is good. 80-53. Jazz up by 27. That was a tough shot. 51 in the chat. Appreciate you guys being in here. Calvin says, surprised the Bucks folded tonight against Portland, but then again, it's the NBA. Nice work by the Jazz. Yes, they've been good. Probably so good. Pick the Knicks and the Nets. Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah, you're winning so far. The Knicks probably covered there, didn't they? Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I don't know what the spread was there, but that's a good parlay, though. Slow floater will go for the Rockets, so it's going to be 58. Or, no, 50 what? 55. 58. No, 58. I was right. 58-80. Now here's Donovan outside. This one a little bit closer to a 20-point game. A quick explosion by the Rockets as here is Donovan outside. Drains a 3. Donovan gets his 17th point of the game right there. No, 20th point of the game. Gosh. He's averaging nearly 26 a game as here is Porter. Gives it over to Jaylen Green. Green. Tough play. Gives it over to Sean Tate. Tate goes inside. Tate has nowhere to go. He's stuffed. Puts it up. And that one was a missed dunk by KPJ down low. Couldn't get the finish. And now here's a pass to Conley. That 3-ball won't go. And there's going to be a foul on the floor on Kevin Porter Jr. Kevin Porter Jr. called for the foul right there. Looks like he went over and back a little bit. Appreciate you guys being in here, though. It does mean a lot. Has Alexander Walker played yet? No, he has not. Nickeil Alexander-Walker yet to make his Jazz debut, I believe. And now a foul down low once again on the Rockets. That one's going to go on Sean Tate. Tate's second foul. He's got 11 points, so third foul. So 2 guys on the Rockets already in a little bit of foul trouble here. 3 fouls for Tate, 3 fouls for Jaylen Green. As here is a free throw line shot for Bogey. And that one will go 84-58, 10:07 left to play in the third. Been fun to watch so far. Again, I'm waiting on Alexander Walker to check in. It should be soon. He wouldn't start the second half, but I assume he'll be in here pretty soon if this continues how it's gone. 10:07 left to play in the third. As here is KPJ up top. Kevin Porter Jr. working with it on the right side. Porter Jr. gives it over to Gordon. Gordon working with it. He's on the left side. Gives it down to Christian Wood. Christian Wood kicks it out. Bad pass. That one is going to be out of bounds off of Jaylen Green. Steven Silas in his third no, is this his first season with the Rockets? He's really struggled. But now here's a pass to Bogdanovich as he knocks it down from outside, puts the Jazz up by 30 again. 88-58. And now here's a three from Eric Gordon, and he knocks it down. Eric Gordon has historically played very well against the Utah Jazz. As here is Conley. Conley gives it over to Bogdanovich. Back to Conley. Conley looking to go inside. Conley puts it up high. And that one's going to be an offensive foul on Rudy right there. 9:12 left to play in the third. 56 in the chat. Appreciate you guys being in here. Yeah, this is one heck of a game. You're right about that. Oh, yeah, I see Ingles coming back to Utah. Absolutely. I think he comes back on a vet minimum or something. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I don't think he really cares about the salary anymore. He's made a lot of money. Here's Christian Wood. Christian Wood gives it over to Jaylen Green. Now here is a shot from KPJ outside, and he knocks it down. 64-88. Down to a 24-point game. Conley kicks it out. Here's a three ball from O'Neal. That one won't go. No foul called. And Sean Tate goes up and slams it home. And he is fouled. 66-88. That was a tough play. So this could cut it to a 20-point game here. The Rockets, getting a little bit closer. Jazz keeping this intensity going as Sean Tate puts it up and in, 67-88. It's a 21-point game, I should say, as here come the Jazz. 62 in the chat. Appreciate all you guys being in here as Conley is up top. Conley puts it up. Tough shot. That one won't go, but it will go to Conley off of the rebound. And Mike puts it up. Tough shot. That one won't fall either. And it's batted out to Sean Tate. Tate has numbers here. Now he doesn't. Jazz got back very quickly. As here's Kevin Porter Jr. takes a three. That one won't go, and that should be a foul on Sean Tate. They didn't call it. And now here comes O'Neal. O'Neal gives it over to Donovan. Donovan looking to go inside. Dumps it off for Bogdanovich. Now over to Conley. Back to Bogdanovich. Three ball. That one a little bit too strong. And it's going to go to O'Neal. O'Neal working with it. Gives it over to Christian Wood. Christian Wood goes inside. Tough shot. Blocked away by Rudy Gobert. And now here is a pass to O'Neal. Three ball. Yes. 91-67. The Jazz moving the ball beautifully. Doing a great job right now. And now here is Jaylen Green. Jaylen Green gives it over to Christian Wood. Christian Wood on the right side. Christian Wood steps back. Tough shot. That's an air ball. That was a fantastic play by Gobert, by the way. On the other end. Blocks away Christian Wood, who's a huge guy. So 96 blocks on the season now. So Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Juancho Hernangomez have not made their debuts yet for the Jazz. All right. 61 people in the chat. Again, this has been a fun game so far. The Jazz on top big time, but expect this to get a little bit closer. Appreciate all you guys being in here once again. It does mean a lot. We are in the third quarter, 7:09 left to play. I'm just quickly trying to get a little bit of work done while we are in these commercial timeouts. But stick around with me. 20 points for Donovan Mitchell so far. He's been fantastic. So what's ahead in this game? What do we see? The Jazz, 26-31 so far. The next broadcast for us will be against the LA Lakers. That's on Wednesday night. LeBron James, so far he's scored 29 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 6.5 assists. The Lakers won last meeting 101-95, so that'll be a fun game to watch. But we are back to action here in Utah. So that's what's coming up. Stick with me, though. Where's JC Flamethrower? He's not in Conzi TV. He's not in. Just play Walker, Doak, Gonzalez, Forrest, and Butler the rest of the game. We will still win by 20. I think that, if they play those guys, they'll just give so much effort that we might win by more than that. As here's Forrest up top. Stolen away by Green and absolutely swatted by O'Neal. Wow. Jaylen Green, hard take, but just got swatted away. So it looks like that was a foul on Trent Forrest, though. 11 points for Jaylen Green. Puts it up and in, 68-91 so far. Second one. Coming here, and Rudy comes off the floor looking a little gassed in this one. I mean, obviously he's coming off of that calf strain, and hopefully he's fine, but really got to keep working to get his endurance back up as Forrest is working with it on the left side. Whiteside in the game now for the Jazz, and here's a kick over to Donovan Mitchell. Beautiful passing by the Jazz. Donovan kicks it out to Forrest. Forrest stepped out. And it will go back to Houston, 69-91. 76 in the chat. Appreciate you guys being in here. So far, we have 66 likes. Let's try to get 4 more of those. That would mean a lot. Where's JC? He should be checking in here pretty soon. Still waiting on that. As here is KPJ outside. Kevin Porter Jr. on the right side. Kevin Porter Jr. gives it over to Sean Tate. Tate blocked away by Whiteside. And here come the Jazz. Here's O'Neal. O'Neal. No. Bogdanovich had it and was called for an offensive foul. That was a bad call, but whatever. He's just doing his normal back down. He got called for it. I think Adam Silver will be CC'd on this one. Yeah, true. Addison is not going to be here for tonight. He offered to come in, but I told him probably not worth it tonight. This one is just quite the no thriller, you know. Quite the no thriller is at the line. Garrison Matthews. His first is up and good, so 70-91. Second one coming in just a sec. Oh, okay. So Now Daniel House Jr. has it. Gives it over to Jason Green. Jason Green kicks it out. Here's a 3-ball from Sean Tate. That one won't go. 70-91 is the score. Now here comes Forrest. Gives it over to O'Neal. That 3-ball a little bit off. That one rims out. It's a 21-point game. Sean Tate driving the ball down low. Kicks it over to Christian Wood. Christian Wood over to Sean Tate once again. Tate fading away. Tough shot. He spins around. Kicks it out. Here's a shot from Garrison Matthews, and that one won't fall, and the Rockets get it back. Garrison Matthews gets a fantastic offensive rebound. Now another rebound by Kevin Porter Jr. Kevin Porter Jr. kicks it over to nobody. That one goes out of bounds. Jaylen Green. Thought there was a guy, Steven Silas. There he's clapping. He's got a very young team. I believe that Steven Silas could be a very good head coach in the future. He's definitely got a good basketball mind. Did he play college basketball? Did Steven Silas play college basketball? I have to look that up at the break because I wonder what his background is, because he's definitely, he's not like super, he doesn't look athletic, at least. I don't know if he's like, I don't know if he somehow played or something, but I don't know. And now an outside shot for Donovan Mitchell, and that one will go. Donovan's got 23. Looking like playoff Mitchell right now. He's been fantastic. 94-70, 24-point game. Jazz on top. As here is a shot by Garrison Matthews down low, and he's going to go to the line. Sean Tate with 14 so far. He's leading the Rockets. 7 rebounds for Christian Wood. He's leading them. And 7 assists for Kevin Porter Jr. And for the Jazz, 23 points for Donovan Mitchell, 8 rebounds for Hassan Whiteside, and 7 assists for Donovan Mitchell. Donovan, close to a double-double, somewhat close. Garrison Matthews puts it up at the line. That one will go 71-94. Second one coming in just a sec. And the second one coming from Garrison Matthews, and that one will go 72-74. All right. Make sure if you are trying to get that Jazz merch, you go and check out Jazz Team Store. It's 14% off right now since it's Valentine's Day. So if you are looking for that, go get it. As Donovan Mitchell puts up a shot outside, that one won't go. Hassan Whiteside hits the deck, and now he's making his way back. And now here's a shot from Kevin Porter Jr. outside. That was ill-advised, not a good shot at all. And that one won't go. Now here come the Jazz. Donovan spinning, tough play. Has to dish it out to O'Neal. O'Neal gives it back over to Donovan. Donovan gets a screen from O'Neal. Donovan sizing up Sean Tate. Donovan looking to go inside. Stops. And Donovan is, he's just played out front tonight, and it's been fun to watch. He's been very aggressive, very fun to watch. How much time is left in the quarter? 3:52. What it do, Addison Rusko? Appreciate you being in here, my man. Matthews, Matthews is he's a very very strong guy. He really does take it to the tin a lot for a smaller guard, which is interesting to watch. As here are the Jazz once again. Forrest has it up top. Forrest working with it. Forrest goes inside. Forrest splits the defense. Forrest kicks it out. Foul on number 21. No, 3 on Hassan. Yeah, so offensive foul. 3rd on Hassan Whiteside. All right. Here's Jaylen Green. No field goals for Houston in the last 5 minutes. That's just insane. As here's Kevin Porter Jr. Porter Jr. goes inside, dishes it out. Here's Kenyon Martin Jr. Gives it back out to Jaylen Green. Green pulls it from outside. Bad shot again. I mean, it just seems like every shot right now for the Rockets has been nothing is coming easy for him right now. As inside goes Trent Forrest, and that one won't go, just giving the Rockets a plethora of chances. They just can't knock down anything. As here's Garrison Matthews, goes inside and puts it up and in. 74-94. 20-point game here in Utah. So, the Rockets not doing too bad this half. I mean, they're playing decent defense, just not really executing on offense. Booker did drop 70. That is true. Booker is a very good player. As outside, here is Clarkson back over to Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell working with it. Puts it up. Tough shot. That one won't go. And here come the Rockets. KPJ puts it up. Tough shot. He's fouled. And a timeout on the floor. 2:25. I want to look up Steven Silas real quick. So he's the son of Paul Silas. To Brown University. Dang. All right. So Steven Silas, it looks like he's just kind of... Oh, so it looks like he played college ball for Brown, and man, he just went straight into the NBA. So he's been an assistant all over the league apparently. Well, we'll see. We'll see what he does with the Rockets. I think he could be a very, very good coach in the future. We'll see though. Clarkson is on the court though. Yes, we are in a timeout, commercial timeout right now. Scared of the Suns. What's going on, Brooke? Appreciate you being in here. Yeah, good. They're a very good team. Not just one player. That whole team is pretty good. All right, you guys. So we are currently in a commercial timeout. It's been a pretty fun game so far, and it's been one of those where it's been a tough game for the Rockets. Just not getting a lot of the shots that I'm sure they're used to generating, and it's always tough when a team plays really, really good defense on you. It is not easy to get stuff going, and that's why I understand why they're really struggling, and it's understandable, and I get it. But it's just tough. It's tough right now. So, hey, man, I appreciate every single one of you guys being in here. We're having a good stream so far. 58 in the chat. Jazz fans like Mitchell instead of Hayward. Shame on y'all. Oh, what are you talking about? We boo Hayward because he left us in a bad way. I mean, he was jumping ship, which was not cool. Not cool at all. And I just didn't like it. I mean, if he came back, I would be okay with it. I think a lot of other Jazz fans would be mad, but I personally would be okay with it. I think he still has a place here, but it was just not okay the way he left us, especially with the way that his wife had her premeditated thoughts kind of. You know, she already wanted to get out, so this was like, dang, this is my chance. I got to get out of here. My husband could leave right now, you know what I'm saying? So I think that it was kind of a perfect storm for her to be able to have this opportunity to get out, and I think that that's just kind of what they did. As here is Conley. Conley, working with it. Gets a screen from Clarkson. Conley back over to Pascal. Now here's a corner three for Clarkson. He won't take it. Goes baseline. Kicks it over to House. House fakes. Goes inside. Kicks it back out to the corner. Here's Clarkson. Now Pascal puts it up. Tough shot. How did he get that one off? I don't know, but it didn't go. 74-94. Here comes KPJ. Kevin Porter Jr. gives it over to Garrison Matthews. Matthews outside. Christian Wood. 3-ball. Brick. And it's going to be rebounded by the Jazz. And now Pascal working with it. Pascal kicks it out. Conley back over to Pascal. Now over to Daniel House Jr. He fakes. Goes inside. Pascal gives it over to Gobert, who slams it home. Rudy Gobert. Very nice play. 1:27 left in the quarter. Neither Rockets to cover plus 14-5 for 125, Brandon. Woo! I don't know. I feel like that's tough because, honestly, they're not making shots. As I say that, Christian Wood drains it. But I wouldn't bet on them. I think that the Jazz are going to extend this lead. I think they're going to win by like 40, to be honest with you. Because the only team right now that has some offensive consistency is the Jazz, as Gobert gets another lane and slams it home. But, right now, for the Rockets, it's just lack of shot making is really killing them. I mean, they're getting some looks, but just not enough to really establish some good offensive, sets. So we'll see. So in conclusion, don't bet the Rockets right now. Gobert just barreling down the line. Gobert. Gobert showing that athleticism for a big guy is at the line here as Kevin Porter Jr. puts it up and in, 77-98. Jazz nearing 100. Gobert's got 10 points and 4 rebounds. He's kind of been gassed this game, really not in his bag so far in this one, but he'll get back to it. I mean, those numbers he was putting up earlier were kind of insane with 18 or 19 rebounds a game or whatever it was. I mean, it's just, how do you maintain that? That's really just based on what the other team does, Say we love Mitchell instead of Hayward. I mean, yeah, absolutely. As another play is inside for Gobert as he slams it home again. This defense is just pretty abominable right now. 77-100 is the score. It's a 23-point game as here is Kenyon Martin Jr. Martin Jr. puts it up. That one's going to be blocked away by Gobert, and it'll go out of bounds off of Gobert. 16.2 seconds left to play. Worst defensive team in the league right now in the Rockets, and now here's Garrison Matthews outside. 23rd offensively. Garrison Matthews pulls it from outside. He's got a weird jump shot. Yeah, it should be a foul on the Jazz right there. Oh. Yeah, that should be on Şengün right there. Great showmanship by Şengün. Hit the deck like he died. Got hit in the face a little bit by Gobert, but I don't know about that one as he makes the first free throw. So now here is Conley. Conley working with it. Conley dishes it over to Clarkson. Clarkson stops. Whoa! Tough shot from Clarkson, and that one won't go. So that will end the third quarter. So we head to the fourth quarter, 78-100. This one is all Jazz, 22. to 100 or 22-point lead for these guys. Nah, you're trolling, dude. This team is a million times better than when they had Hayward. Trust me. That was his wife. We said thanks to him while he was here. He left, and he left in the worst way possible. He was not smart for leaving that way. I don't get it. I think that it's a split decision for some people, but Hayward is married, and anyway, he could have had good terms with the Jazz, but he left in a way that was horrible. I mean, it was just bad showmanship. Yeah, he left and betrayed us. That's pretty much right. Brooke Buchanan saying it best. Appreciate you, Brooke. All right. Donovan is 100% better, so is Rudy. Yeah, that tandem is a lot better than what we had at that point with Hayward. And I think that if you combine Hayward with these guys, we could be a really, really good team. Gobert getting grabbed the whole time, and Şengün. Oh, he sold it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that he did a nice job selling that, though. You got to hand it to him. Because the foul was on him. It was an over-the-back. And then they ended up calling a not over-the-back foul. That they ended up calling, I believe they called an offensive foul there on Gobert, yeah. It's, so a game summary here. Start off with Rudy Gobert. So far, he's got 10 points in 16 minutes. He's been fantastic, and he's got, in total, 10 on the night. He's been fantastic for the Jazz, but not so much on the recruiting, or not on the recruiting front. On the rebounding front, he's got 4, and Hassan Whiteside with 9. So he's been the real leader in this game. Hassan Whiteside has really established the hustle for the Jazz in this one. It's been fantastic. We're getting Kyrie and Durant. Yeah, right, music. That ain't gonna happen, P. I'm be honest with you, P. Şengün spinning, tough shot. That one's off the lip and out. And here is Pascal. Pascal gets the ball. Pascal working with it up top. It is Conley. Conley has it up on the left. He gives it over to Gobert. Gobert over to Clarkson. Now here is Daniel House. Daniel House gets it poked away. And here comes Schroeder. Schroeder gives it over to Garrison Matthews. Garrison Matthews kicks it over to Schroeder. Schroeder out to Gordon. That one is left short. Rebounded by Schroeder. Schroeder gives it down low for Kenyon Martin Jr. So 80 to 100. Nice slam by Kenyon Martin Jr. It's a 20-point game. Jazz, they're up. Here is Conley. Conley up top. Gives it over to Gobert, and he just gets another Red Sea moment where everything just left the middle of the floor, and he just runs down and slams it home again. So 12 points for Gobert. Schroeder has 17 so far. Here is a shot from Kenyon Martin Jr. He's had a nice game so far. 12 points for him, and 83 to 102. 19-point game now. Getting a little bit closer. As here's Conley. Conley outside. Conley gives it over to Clarkson. 3 ball. That one will go. 105 to 83. 22-point game. And now there's a back cut by Kenyon Martin Jr. once again. Puts it to an 85 to 105 deficit. So they got a 20-point game to make up here. As here is Clarkson. Clarkson gives it over to Pascal. Pascal Now driving. Pascal goes right at Şengün, and Şengün is going to pick up the foul right there. Şengün out of Turkey. He was a 19th pick in this last year's draft. Don't ban him, Kenny. Don't even worry about it. Do not ban him. Do not ban him. Do not ban whoever that is. It doesn't matter. They're just saying that they like Hayward. I don't care. Yeah, facts, Brooke. I mean, I've never seen a Gordon Hayward stand, but this would be a first. As there is a shot at the line by Eric Pascal. Take a look at Jeff Hornacek. His number is retired here in Utah, and he's coaching on this Houston Rockets staff. They got some experience on their staff, you know, a little bit more young. And Steven Silas, you look at him, he's pretty veteran assistant, but not in the head coaching world. So, you know, you never know. But it's interesting to see what they've done. As here is Conley, gives it over to Pascal. He takes the three. That one won't go. And it's taken away by the Rockets and out of bounds off of Pascal on the other end. Great action on that offensive possession, though, for Utah. Fantastic stuff. Jazz doing a nice job so far. How y'all going to sit here trying to compare Warriors with Hayward not around with Gobert, Ingles? Man, what are you saying? Reword that. I can't understand it. All right, here is Conley. Conley gives it over to Pascal, and he puts it up and in. Pascal, 108 to 85. Pascal has 9 on the night. Fantastic stuff. Now here is Gordon. Gordon spinning around, and he's blocked away, but a foul on the Jazz. Dang it. Got to avoid those. JC trade rumors. No more JC trade rumors. He is with the Jazz at least for the end of the season. Well, he'll be there forever, I believe. I think he'll be here forever. They did not trade him at the trade deadline. Trade deadline has passed. All good, Brooke. Appreciate you being in here. Y'all got Mitchell even though he didn't meet with Hayward. Wow, I keep Warriors fans laughing at. What? I'm so confused. I don't know, Contrast. I'm with you. I have no idea what they're talking about. Who cares? Yeah, bye, Brooke. Have a good night. Eric Gordon at the line. First shot is up and good. 87 to 108. Looks like he got fouled on a 3 or something. No, it was just 2 shots. That was the second shot right there as Donovan has it up top. Donovan at the logo. Donovan gives it down low. No, that was a lob. Went too long, though. And it's going to be on the other end. Eric Gordon, who takes a 3 and knocks it down. 18-point game. This one getting a little tighter than the Jazz would like it. Got to keep scoring. So now on the left side, it is Conley. Conley working with it, trying to slow the tempo here. Nearly got off the ground, but did not. Would have been a travel if he did, but Clarkson inside. If nothing else works, you know that JC floater is a go-to, the flamethrower from the Philippines. Will he make some shots at the end of this game? We will see. I'm excited. What are you talking about the Warriors for? I'm confused. And now here is a rebound by Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal looking to go inside, hands it off for what the heck? Gonna call an illegal screen. That was a flop by Garrison Matthews, obviously. You seeing that, Cole? That's a huge flop. Holy crap. Most excellent game. Mike, dude, I have just been sitting here watching this crap for a long time. This sucks. All right, Şengün puts it up, and it'll go. I mean, I wouldn't say it's crap. I mean, it's good to see the Jazz doing this. Şengün, nobody's on him because he's missed every single shot he's taken so far, so I don't really blame nobody being on him, but makes a shot. 92 to 110. Here is Clarkson. Gives it over to Gobert, and he puts it up and in down low. Now a shot outside by Dennis Schroeder. That one won't go. Schroeder has 2 on the game. He's 1 for 4. Max contract. Can you believe that? Mike, I want to hear your opinion on Dennis Schroeder and how he wanted a max contract in LA. It's ridiculous. As Gobert has whistled for the foul down low, this Rockets team, if they're not good at anything else, they are really good at drawing fouls down low. Yeah, it is good that we're winning easy. In playoffs, they will crumble. Can't wait for Donovan to become a Knick. Well, you're going to have to wait a long time now, MYK, because the trade deadline has passed, my man. That's okay, though. I don't doubt that Donovan will be a Knick in his career. I don't doubt that at all. In fact, I think that that's probably probable. And it's not because he doesn't like the Jazz. I think it's more because he's from New York. I think it would be a good opportunity for him. I think it's something he needs to look at. Quite frankly, as a Jazz fan, I like to be at least, somewhat honest with myself, you know what I'm saying? And I think that is something that we will see, and I don't think there's any question that he definitely has enough talent that he could make it in a big market. And I think that market could be really where he excels, and I really do think that is somewhere that he will end up during his career. I'm not really sure when, but it'll happen. Just trust me on that. Oh my goodness. I need to get the scribbler. I don't want this. So, once again, I just want to point out that, the Jazz are getting all their guys back. It took a while to get healthy, but they are now at the point where they are indeed a little bit more healthy than they had been, which is a plus. Something that, they've been missing for a little while. Just missing that continuity factor, and they're finally getting that back. So, my question to you, will the Jazz go on a big run towards the playoffs? What do you guys think? I want to hear what you guys think about this, because my answer is yes. And, I'll tell you why. I think that when this team is healthy, they can be very dangerous. And, most of that, for me, I just look at, how do these guys play when they're healthy compared to when a lot of guys are out. The Jazz 1-5 when 2+ guys are missing. And, you can really see why that is. Definitely an obvious drop off when there's multiple guys out, and I think that when they are healthy, they can be seriously dangerous in this league. So it's going to be fun to watch what they do here as we head closer to the end of the season. But again, All-Star break coming up. It's going to be an interesting one. But you guys come in. We will be covering that game, I do believe. So just make sure you guys are keeping track of what we're doing here on the Jazz Huddle. It's going to be fun. Mitchell to NYK next season. Hey, man, if there's one team that I'm okay with him going to other than the Jazz, it is the New York Knicks. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But I don't want Donovan to leave. I don't think a lot of people want Donovan to leave. I think they want him to stay, and I agree with them. Eric Gordon at the line. The first shot will go. 93 to 112. Looks like Gobert was talking to the ref too much. I don't even know what happened there, but Gobert called for a technical. 6:30 left to play as Bogdanović steps back and hits the fader. 114 to 93 puts it at a 21-point game. This Rockets team really starting to kind of get into a little bit of a groove right now. As here is Schroeder puts it up and just can't knock down the layup. I mean, Schroeder has just been all over the place in this game. As here is Bogdanovich, swings it over to O'Neal, and this is his debut, by the way, for Schroeder. And now outside it is Donovan Mitchell once again. 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Mitchell splits the defense, puts it up, tough shot, and he is fouled. Tough play by Donovan Mitchell. Oh, Gobert, what are you doing? He shoves Sengun. Looks like he walked off the floor, so it must have been that couldn't be a second technical of the game, could it? Was that a second technical of the game? I don't know. That was a weird call. You saw that, Cole. Yeah. That was weird. Did they say that it was his second one of the game? I don't even know. Donovan at the line. Free throw is up and good. So 2 for 2 from the line there for Donovan Mitchell. 116-93. The next broadcast on Wednesday, we will be live for that. That one's at 7:30. So 8:30 my time, I believe. So I think the game starts at 9 o'clock Central. We hope to see all of our Filipinos in there still, though. Appreciate every single one of you guys from the Philippines who's been in here. It's been a fun game to watch, but just not a lot of production from the Filipinos tonight, unfortunately. As here is Donovan Mitchell outside. Mitchell looking to go inside. Fades away. Tough 3-ball. That one goes. Donovan Mitchell knocks it down. Tough shot. From D. Mitch, man. 5:04 and an air ball from Josh Christopher. So now here comes Bogdanovich. He goes inside, puts it high off the glass. Won't go, but there is Whiteside, and that one won't go. Gets his own rebound again and puts it up and in over Sengun. Oh, that is funny, dude. Holy crap. How did he do that? 120-95. Sengun pulls it from outside. That one's a brick. That's going to be rebounded by the Jazz. Here is Donovan Mitchell. Baseball pass from Donovan. And it's poked out. It's going to go off of Bogdanovich's knee, it looked like. So it has it back the other way. All right. So Nickeil Alexander-Walker still has not played for the Jazz yet. I believe he got 1 minute in another game. I checked the box score, but so wait. Yeah, I saw that, Cole. That was funny. Filipino players are sitting on the bench. Yes, they are right now. Clarkson is in, and but the only one who is not in is the other one. Donovan going to be crazy in the Garden next year? We'll see. We'll see. You know, I don't want to count it out because you never know. If the Jazz don't win in the playoffs this year, if we don't at least get to the Western Conference Finals, I think you might demand a trade, but we will just kind of have to see. All right, so we are in a commercial timeout here. Appreciate every single one of you guys being in here. It's been a fun game so far, and you guys have made it really worth it for me to stream. So I appreciate UNYK being in here, my man. Yeah, he doesn't really have NBA knowledge, but he is very passionate. That is all that matters, Cole. That is all that matters. He is passionate, and that is what matters. No way Mitchell is leaving a team that's going to the playoffs every year for a team that might not make the playoffs. Yeah, might make the playoffs, yeah. You're right about that, P. You are right about that. But for him, I mean, you got to think about it this way. So in Utah, he puts up the stats that he does, and there are times when he doesn't get into the All-NBA. I mean, he hasn't been All-NBA in his whole career. But if he goes to a franchise like New York, and I think the NYK probably understands this as well, he could put up the exact same stats of Yeah, that's true, Mike. They don't really have a lot of value to trade to Utah, but I should be on the next game. I'm headed to Utah that next morning, so we'll just see. But I think my flight is at 12, so I probably leave my house at like, I don't know, probably 10 or 11, so I should be fine. Yeah, we'll see. Let's go Penguins. Hey. Pittsburgh Penguins, man. You're a Pittsburgh fan? Knicks getting Zion Williamson next season as well. Zion might be washed soon. We'll see. Darren Taban. Darren, what'd you say? Wow, yes, it's been crazy. Jazz is like Bitcoin. Yes, sir, Ferdy. Yes, sir. Always gains. Hey, hope you bet on them tonight because they're doing a nice job. They covered that spread. I saw that spread and I was like, woo, that is high. And now a bad pass from Bogdanovich. That one goes out of bounds. It will head the other way. 4:04 left to play in this one. 120-95 for Utah. It's been a pretty good game. Their scoring has slowed down though considerably in this second half. Josh Christopher puts it up from downtown. That one won't go. And it looks like Jared Butler is going to check in here. I'm not really sure who else is checking in though. Donovan pulls it from outside and is fouled. So 3 shots coming from the line for Donovan, I believe. Donovan going to take 3 shots at the line, I do believe. Donovan. 27 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. Fantastic stat line, but just not quite at that triple-double spot. He's at 28 now. Second shot coming now. Getting some MVP chance. And he knocks down the second one. Third one coming in just a second. Nikhil Alexander Walker checking in. So Nikhil Alexander Walker checks into the game. Donovan Mitchell taking one more free throw. This would get him to 30 points on the night. And it goes. Donovan gets it to fall 123-95. And now here comes Jared Butler as Donovan picks up the foul. 15th 30-point game of the season for Donovan Mitchell. And now these guys going to have a chance to get some good plays in. Can't wait to watch the Jazz lose in the first round. You are funny. Kemba Walker and draft picks. No, dude, Kemba Walker is washed. Josh Christopher gives it over to David Nwaba. Now down low, it is stolen away by the Jazz. Azubuike checking back in. This is a better lineup than you would think, you guys. As here's a pass over to Juancho Hernangomez, and Hernangomez gets that one poked away. So here comes Garrison Matthews. Matthews kicks it out. Nwaba takes a 3. That one won't go. And it's going to be rebounded by Christopher. Christopher kicks it out to Garrison Matthews. Matthews puts up a shot, and he's called for a traveling. So the Jazz, 3:03, I should say, left to play. Garrison Matthews called for the travel. Juancho Hernangomez playing now. Here's Jared Butler. JB working with it. Juancho. Nikhil Alexander outside. Alexander Walker kicks it over to Juancho Hernangomez. His first points as a Jazz man. Yes, sir. Knocks it down from outside. Career 34% shooter from outside. That's pretty good. As inside, big man for the Rockets. Misses his shot. Azubuike's able to pull it down. Azubuike, just an absolute tank down low He's got 3 rebounds and 4 points in this one as Alexander Walker dishes it down to him. and I think that was David Nwaba just jumped right over him, got on his neck. God, he is so huge. Holy crap. 73 in the chat. Hernan Gomez made that 3. The first time these guys in the Jazz arena have seen that go down. Very good shot from him, and that first free throw does go down from Azubuike. Azubuike, very well-rounded player. Not a shooter, but Jazz do not have shooters at the center. I think we've learned that over the past, however many years. So 128 to 97, 128 to 95. Okay, so outside, here's David Nwaba. Nwaba going inside, puts it up, got it to go. 127, or 128 to 97. There we go. That makes some sense. So here is JB up top. Jared Butler lobs it up for Udoka Azubuike, who puts it up and in. Could all 3 centers get to double figures tonight? That would be insane. That'd be crazy. And now here is a pass to the stands by the Rockets. I'm not really sure who that was. It might have been Bruno Fernando. Yes, it was Bruno Fernando. Beautiful play. Found Walker for the lob. Doak did not have that timing early in the season, but now very well versed. Pascal, 3-ball, you betcha. Outside, Pascal draining it. Jazz might be able to win this one by 30 if they can play their cards right here at the end of this game. 1:16 left to play. And here is Fernando. Gives it down low to Garrison Matthews. Garrison Matthews grabbing that knee. It looks like he just kind of skidded it. Ouch, that hurts. So they give it up top to Bruno Fernando on the inbounds, and now over to Kenyon Martin Jr. and a foul on the Jazz right there. Wow. That is, he took a hard fall right there. Garrison Matthews split that thing. He is pretty crazy, Mike. He was pretty crazy. JC tonight has, I believe, we'll check the score at the end of the game. How's that? I'll get you his stats. Actually, let's just do it now. How is JC done today? Let's look at Jaylen Green first. He had 13, not bad at all. Now for the Jazz, take a look at the sixth man, Jordan Clarkson. He had 16 plus 25 on the floor tonight. Wow. Very, very good. And, Jaylen Green also played a nice game tonight. It's too bad that that his team didn't win, but it is what it is. Alexander Walker takes a 3 from outside. That one won't go, and it's batted out to David Nwaba. Nwaba going inside, puts it up. Tough shot. He is fouled. 99 to 133 is the score. So he will have 2 shots at the line. We have 77 in the chat. Appreciate you guys being in here. I'm sure a lot of Jazz fans will cry if he does that. I mean, it would be tough to lose a guy like Donovan, who is just so effective, but great guy too. But it is what it is. David Nwaba at the line. Second shot is up, and that one will go. 101 to 133. Let's see. Can we get all 3 centers to double figures? That would be a good thing. Butler goes inside. Gives it over to Azubuike, who lays it up and in. And now all 3 centers in double figures tonight. That's crazy. And now Christopher outside puts it up. That one won't go, and it's going to be rebounded by Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Beautiful play, and that will end the game. So the clock runs down, 13 seconds to go. And that will be your final score, 101 to 135. Thank you very much to every single one of you guys who checked in tonight. It did mean a lot to me, every single one of you guys. So make sure on your way out to leave a like. It would mean a lot. Y'all lose to OKC today. Facts, Connor. Facts. Let's see. I actually want to see the score of that game because I got a guy from my college that played there. From my fan college. I'm not in college yet, but I will be kind of soon. All right, I want to find this game. Why is it not showing up? Hold on, I want to look at NBA. Let's check scores around the league real quick. Oh my gosh. They did lose to OKC. That is a bad loss. Here's my guy, Isaiah Roby. Great win tonight, though. Absolutely. Help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Good night to you, Kenny. Appreciate you being in here. So look at Darius Baisley in that game. 23 points. And also Josh Giddey with 28. Giddey is insane. That's going to be a good team in the future, man. Aaron Wiggins, too. All right. So I am going to hop off for the night. I got to hit the hay. But, hey, man, you guys have been fantastic tonight. Good stream. Thank you very much for stopping in, Addison. I'll see you soon. 29 and 29. Hayward, former team. All right, whatever. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much for stopping in. This has been the Jazz Huddle.